Hi everyone, Donna here with Bookkeeping Made Simple, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between working on your business and working in your business. This is an idea that it's a little bit older. I first became aware of it when Michael Gerber wrote The E-Myth and The E-Myth Revisited, and I have known about this for about 20 years now. But it really just kind of hit home again to me when I was asked, have you really been in business for 5 years, or have you had the same year of business 5 years running? And I thought that was a really interesting comment to make. It's also a very common thing for people to do. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Really, really quick. I'm only going to take a second on this. If you enjoy these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. We are available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. And I don't know what else. I need to go look. But if you're on YouTube, hit the notification, the bell, you know the drill. But that is kind of, I don't advertise, I don't do any sponsored anything. So if you enjoy it, please share. So if you are in business, you probably have, especially if you're a small business owner, you probably took the same course that I did. And that is, I started out in corporate America. I worked for a big hospital organization back east in Kentucky. And I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. I just don't like working on other people's schedule. I loved the work, which is why I went into accounting. It was my first accounting job. I loved being out of fast food, which is my very first job, and not smelling like pepperoni or rancid grease at the end of the day. I loved wearing pretty clothes and, getting to go act like a grown-up. But what I didn't love was the requirements that were placed, because when you have a huge organization, there's a lot of people in the organization that need to justify their paychecks, that they create a lot of rules that are just blanket rules. So things like, I couldn't have acrylic nails, even though I'm not a nurse. I've never been a nurse. I don't deal with patients. I don't talk to patients. I don't get bodily fluids under my nails. It's just, I'm not a scrub nurse. I have nothing to do with talking to patients in person, but I was still kept to those same standards as if I was a nurse. And I didn't like that, because I was like, I don't ever talk to patients except on the phone. I'm never face to face with the patient. So why would I need to have that as a restriction? So that, and a lot of it is this old and rather stupid statement of, well, if I let you do it, then I have to let everybody do it. And I don't think that's true. It's not how I raised my kids, not how I was raised myself. It is very much of, your job is different from someone else's job. So if you're a nurse, you would need to keep short, clean nails because you touch patients. But in accounts receivable, where I worked, it wasn't so important, because all I do is type on a keyboard. And so I was frustrated by things like that. This overarching, everybody has to follow the same rules, whether they make sense for you or not. And I've seen that again, kind of society-wide, multiple times. So I didn't like it. So I came back out west to go to college, and realized really quick that I could work and make a lot of money working from home, doing things that people don't like to do, which is how I got into bookkeeping. I started out, like I said, in computer science. Now, here's the difference between working on your business and working in your business. I learned how to do basic accounting at the hospital. I did not have a degree. I did not have any certifications, but I knew how to keep books. I know the difference between a debit and a credit, and always have. I know I've always had a really good, solid understanding of accounting, but I didn't have the details, right? So I went ahead and I started a bookkeeping business with a friend of mine, which was awesome. And I was the only bookkeeper. So I spent all of my time working in the business. I was in client books all day, every day. That's all I did. I didn't do a lot of deep thinking about the business. I didn't do any strategizing. I didn't do any problem solving for most of my time there. And my partner did all that. Well, after a few years, he wanted to take the business in a different direction than I wanted to take it. And we decided to sacrifice the partnership for our friendship. And so I split off to do something else, which is where I'm at today. And that was 5 years ago. By the way, my partner and I are still good friends. So today I spend most of my time working on the business, not in the business. Before I was working in the business because I was in client books. Today I have employees that work in client books. And I'm available to help, to coach, to train, to meet with them, and to make sure that all of our clients are well taken care of. We have a number of strategies to do that. But my job description has changed from accountant to business owner. I'm from self-employed to business ownership. And that's a huge mindset shift. And the difference between that is, are you working on your business? Are you creating 5-year plans? Are you creating your budget for the next year? Are you thinking forward to what are your goals? What's your exit plan? What is your policies? When are you going to hire more help? At what point does it become important? That's all things about working on your business. If you are not doing these things, you are basically repeating the same year of business year after year after year. And for accounting, which is very technology heavy, that's how I want to say it. In that we have to use computers. We have to be up on the latest accounting software. We have to know about AI. We have to be aware of different ways that we can do our job because one, we want to do it quicker and more efficiently and more accurately, and that's constantly our goal. So that's one of the things that we have to be really, really mindful of. What are our goals? And in my case, it's to be the best. And what does that mean? I can say I want to be the best, but what is the best for your industry? Does it mean the fastest? Does it mean the highest quality? Does it mean your clients never give you a bad review? Does it mean that, in my case, we have a lot of client churn because different clients have different needs, and sometimes we can meet them and sometimes we can't. Just because of, our business model. And so, what is failure? What is success? And how can we improve things for our clients so that they never, ever leave thinking that we didn't do a good job? Because that's never what we want. We always want our clients to leave happy. So speaking only from my industry, because this is the one I'm most familiar with, working on my business means marketing. It means sales. It means social media. It means doing these podcasts. It means looking at other software development, what other options are available to me outside of Intuit, because we're pretty heavily into the Intuit ecosystem. What if Intuit goes out? What's my plan? These are all things that I have to think about as the owner. How do I then also manage my employees so that I can be sure and be able to assure my clients that they are in good hands? And I can still kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on with my clients. What questions do I need to be asking my clients frequently? What questions do I need to be asking my team? What can I do to improve their training so they can do more advanced accounting, or they can do, maybe I want them to start doing taxes. Maybe I want to hire someone to do taxes. There's a lot of things that go into this whole, we're going to start here, but we want to move up thing. Now, if you are a pie maker, to use the example that Michael Gerber used in his book, you may want to only make pies and not have anything to do with that. But the catch is, if you decide to start your own pie making business, you just signed on to do all of that. So that's a decision that only the business owner can make about how much of their time they are going to be doing in operations and how much time are they in operations and fulfillment, and how much time are they going to be putting into planning and strategizing. Now, we can help with a lot of that, but that's part of what it means to work on your business, because you don't want to have the same year of business 20 years in a row, I hope. Even if you decide you're going to be the only one working in the business, and that is how you want it to be, or you're required to be if you're an attorney, but you have no choice. A few other jobs, if you're a doctor, you have no choice. You have to be hands-on with your patients. But you can also start looking at, gee, do I want to bring a partner in? Do I want to expand my practice? Do I want to train new attorneys or doctors or nurses? In my case, accountants. Do I want to expand my offerings? Do I want to buy more machinery? Do I want to buy another truck for the trucking business? And what do I have to do to get there? And what I see a lot of times is most people don't work on their business. They work in their business. They hope that they have enough money in the bank. And if they don't have enough money in the bank to cover their expenses, they don't do anything about it except to maybe take out a loan that they can't afford. Because it is possible to be a profitable business with negative cash flow, and you can't stay in business long if your cash flow is negative. So what are you doing today to improve your business for tomorrow and next year and next month? So I just wanted to leave you with that thought, and I'll probably go into this a little bit more. This is something that I've really been thinking about a lot. And that's it. Thank you so much, and I am looking forward to talking to you again soon.